from 60 kilometers per hour. Oh, mother, ridiculous, really.
Ridiculous.
Looking at the long tail, it is immediately clear what the purpose of Pagani's project is. To transform the Huayra into a 1960s racing car ready to line up on the Le Mans grid, a completely tailor-made car created by Pagani's Grand Complications division, taking customization to a level never seen before. After all, manic detail is one of the elements that in just 2 decades has propelled the Modenese manufacturer into the Olympus of supercars, setting the bar so high that it is honestly hard to imagine better. Today I feel very lucky because I will be a passenger in this magnificent mechanical creature. Today is a very special day. I remember when 10, nay 15 years ago, I was reading in magazines about the Pagani Zonda, an alien form that we find in the Huayra in 2023. In particular, today we are on one of the most special, the long tail, built only 5 examples, wanted by the Great Complications division, so an elegant model, with this tail that is inspired by the racing cars of the 60s, but with an 840 horsepower engine and 1,100 Newton meters of torque. The same one we find on the Huayra BC Roadster. What you're hearing is a C6 liter V-twin that has the torque of a truck, basically. It's really unbelievable. The gearbox is a 7-speed sequential built by X-Track, the same company that builds the gearboxes for the race cars. It's nice and physical and mechanical in the shifts, different from the dual clutches we find on modern supercars. Plus there are these flaps that move depending on how much steering you're using and what speed you're going. They also provide more stability under braking, but most importantly they are divine to watch. Also there's a very blown sound. You can really hear a lot of air in the intake. You can almost hear, it almost sounds like an engine taking off. Very different from the aspirated Huracan that we find on a Wagon-R today.
On the Huayra R today. Thank you for your attention. Subtitles and review by QTSS. Subtitles and review by QTSS. Subtitles and review by QTSS. Subtitles.
Really incredible experience. I've never been in a car with, first of all, so much torque, but then it's not just the torque, it's really the sound experience. The interior then is so bright, everything is beautifully rendered. The attention to detail that's on a Pagani is not found on any other out there. It's one of the highlights. Just think that this car will be built in only 5 examples, all of which have already been sold, and it is a very special series. In fact, the price is 7 million euros without V8. The weight is 60 and less than the traditional Huayra. Incidentally, this one also mounts a new ceramic-coated titanium exhaust system, which weighs only 4 kilos. What mode of meta are we? Race. But still, the sound is quite nice. You take everything apart a lot, then in the terminal terrible, the suspension. What I hear is
the Trophy R that was developed on this car changes a lot compared to these other rubber seats, because although we changed the setting of the car, we struggle to stiffen the setup because of this very soft rubber carcello. Although we have a thermal, we still manage to give a very good grip and traction of the car, but we have more difficulty in braking
Yes, it is obvious difficulty to brake it.
The rubber does not.
Okay, yes. The tire is not in the back. Exactly. The sound is really peculiar though. You really hear a lot of money. A unique Ota.
It works, I would say, as you know.
Yes, the experience. sound is very good. Then 1100 Nm of torque sounds enough to tow. The long tail also has a 36 centimeter longer wheelbase than the standard Huayra.
Gear was, look, it started from 60 kilometers per hour. Oh my!
This is 840 horsepower and 1100 Nm of torque. This is ridiculous, really ridiculous. Out of 1,290 pounds of weight. A Fiesta weighs 1,200.
The nonsense is that the car goes up to 6,000 RPM. However, this gear seemed endless. The boost you had at 2,000 revolutions. Getting to 6,000, the boost you get there is the stuff in.
Is that second gear? Yes. Because then really it's not so much the thrust. I mean, clear it goes really hard, but the auditory experience is something incredible. Maybe even more beautiful than the torque itself of everything. Well, we got back into Pagani. It was a good ride. It was an interesting ride. I have to say that as a passenger, you can also enjoy the thrust, the torque, the sound more. You pay attention to more details than when you are driving. Also because driving a car of this value definitely creates some tension, at least for me. He is used to it. Thank you for the ride. Thanks to you.